I'm sorry, what did I call?
Criminal court. This is Jessica.
I'm not quite sure. I think I talked to you about getting my records. I paid for records.
No,
Okay.
no. What is it that you need?
I paid for my records and didn't get them.
When did you pay from?
Can I give you my information?
Well, I can't view it, so that's why I just need to get the just few details so I could let the collector know.
Okay, I want to talk to him like I did in the past, and get clarity on what's going on with my records that I paid
Okay,
for.
so when did you send it?
I think it was on the 30th, but I don't. I need to speak with
May
the right
30th.
department. I don't. I need to speak with the right department.
We are in the right department, but so I could let them know so they could pull up their email.
Well, I like to talk to the party to get clarity on why they didn't send me the proper records.
Okay, so what is your name?
It's Kiana.
Anna?
I can't tell you each time I tell you. You interrupt me speaking. You did it 3 times.
Okay, hold on.
This is when I say someone is deliberately wasting my time playing games. If that is an incredible story, no one would believe that it's armies full of people to be in cahoots with wasting your time. Just knock on her door, demand her time, demand meetings for her to get violated to waste her time. I don't even try because I can't fight armies full of people making sure I don't go anywhere. Go to Texas Workforce. They say we don't have the answers. Go here for programs they offer. You go here and let the other, and then I go there. I'm sorry, they have the answers. So it's just games all over the place.
How can I help you?
Yes, I paid for records and didn't get my records, the proper records.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me look this up.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm still here. I'm sorry, I'm just looking.
Okay, what did you got my name already?
Yes, I believe the previous girl who was helping you told me your name was Kenya.
I've been on. I didn't know. Don't even realize I told her my name. Okay, I didn't know what was happening, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Well, I mean, I didn't realize. Sorry. So she put me.
Good morning, is this Kenya?
Yes.
Hi, Kenya. This is Wendy. How can I help you today?
I'm not quite certain on what's happening.
Okay.
People in my life is pretty extreme. So I talked to one person. She
Okay.
transferred me to another person that was looking, and then I got transferred to a third person. And then you're asking me what happened? I don't know. Can you express what's happening? I just wanted to get
Okay.
my records. My calls are really bizarre and mysterious. Why I don't understand why for all these years I repeatedly keep getting transferred. The customer service is so bizarre. If someone was
Okay. So
looking for it, why would they
I'm looking
transfer you
here
and then hire
on
with
our.
from you? I'm what's happening, ma'am? Why would they transfer me around like that and then say she's looking and then transfer me to someone else that don't know? What's your name?
Okay.
What's
So
your name?
give me 1 second. The
What's your
reason
name?
I'm asking.
What's your name?
I don't know.
What's your name? What's your name?
1 second.
This is that happened that when I was in jail. She came back to me 20 minutes before she told me her name. Then she told me it was Mary. She kept lying on me and starting arguments in Hill County. Why do people need to take breaks before they tell someone their name? Would that be a red flag, ma'am, that something's wrong?
Okay. Give me 1 second.
I don't know why you don't want me to have your name. Why armies full of locations need one moment and hours and days before I can get their name, and then some of
Okay,
them will
Miss
never
Kenya,
give it
the
to
reason
me.
the reason I took over the car is because I'm the person that helped you with your request, and I just wanted to ask you a question. I pulled up your payment. It was for $4 on May 30th. Is that correct?
Right. But I didn't get the records I
Okay.
requested. I requested my release
Okay.
papers and evidence that I had been in jail, and that's not the proper paperwork that I
Okay.
needed.
So the other question that I wanted to ask you, because I'm already looking at the records that I sent you, I'm looking at the email. Give me just 1 second.
Okay.
You said, my name is Kenya Clark. I need my release papers from my case 1753833 and 1826805. Is that correct?
Right, but I thought the release papers at least had the county, the time that you were arrested,
Okay.
your
So
release.
give me 1 second. So I am pulling up the documents that I sent you, and if you didn't receive them, it's okay. I can resend them to you again. I do have the case 17538.
I'm not being. I paid for the paperwork. Am I able to tell you what I needed?
Well, it's just we just sent you the release.
I'm
papers.
not. I
I
need
sent
if you're depriving me of the right to be able to tell you what I needed. I'm telling you what the
Okay, give
court
me 1
needs.
second. I can transfer you to my supervisor so
I
she
don't
can
know why we
help
have to
you.
be transferred. Are you enforcing that I get nothing resolved? Why won't you let me speak to tell you what
Because
I
I'm
need?
trying to
Why I don't
explain to you
understand
what
why
I
our
sent you
locations
from each
bully
one of
me
the
and mistreat
cases.
me for wanting my records.
1
Everywhere I'm at,
second.
even defrauding me out of funds, having me pay for records I can't get year after year, multiple different locations, and start arguments and put me in lockdown for wanting information on cases and things that I have rights to for information on. If I paid you, why can't I tell you what I need? Dallas, the police headquarters already did this and escorted me out for wanting records. Hello. I'm being ignored. Then we got this over here demanding it was 70 minutes for something that took 5 minutes in the past. What is that like? How many more times? Is that like 14 times as long as it should be? No, way more. Hold on. Yes, am I able to
Hello?
tell you the
Hi.
records I need? Who is this?
This is Patricia. I'm the manager for the department.
Is that, hold on, ma'am, hold on, I have a question. You're a manager?
Yes.
I think
Yes,
that
ma'am.
there's a red flag that something's amiss, ma'am. Because I don't understand why I have to speak with 5 people regarding records and why places panic in person and when I'm trying to get records. Why would she
Well,
not want me to explain to her what I needed? I needed for a court, and I don't know why the police were called when I was released from jail on these false charges and they threatened a criminal trespass and my arrest for trying to get records. Is that a red flag that perhaps maybe there's misconduct if someone has to go to jail for trying to have their constitutional right to record sensitive information or information on their case? Isn't that a
no,
deprivation of my rights?
I can't answer that. I'm not an attorney.
But if you're the records department, I think that you need to answer that. I think that's a responsibility. If you're depriving me of my records, you need to know the consequences for your actions.
But she sent you the records, so we're not
I'm not.
depriving you of the records.
That's not what I needed, ma'am. Let me express to her what the court needs. Just one moment, and I'll
Okay.
give you full description. I hold on one moment. Okay, I thought release papers with common sense would have the day that it was sent to jail, when I was released, and the county.
So you're needing release papers from when you were released from the county jail?
Right.
Is that what you're asking?
That's what's in the email. That's what I paid for.
Okay, so that's what you're asking for.
That's what I put in the email, and that's what I paid for to get that.
Okay, so we misunderstood that.
I don't know how she could misunderstand with release papers when it's off in the email. I have the email right here, and it says I need my release papers.
Okay, so we don't do release papers. That would have to go through the sheriff's department.
I need a refund, ma'am, because I got defrauded out of funds. I have the information right here where I'm asking for release papers.
Okay, so she misunderstood and was thinking the disposition of the papers at your final disposition of the case, because that's what we handle here. So I guess where you say release papers, we don't do release papers. That would be through the criminal.
I need a refund, ma'am. I was defrauded out of funds. On the email that I sent her, it has release papers.
Okay, so you just want release papers. Let me give you the information.
I need a refund, ma'am. I was defrauded out of funds.
Yes, ma'am. I will speak to my manager regarding that, and I'll call you back. That way we can get you the refund. But let me give you the information so you can request the release papers from the
so in my email, it says release paper information and case information.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Kiana Clark. I need my release papers in the email and all of this. Then defrauded me out of funds. It's been happening years. I'm just trying to prove it.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna disregard that because it doesn't come. We can't give you release papers. So I'll email you the correct information on how to get your release papers, and we'll get that refund to you. But I just gotta get approved by my manager.
What's your name again?
Okay.
What's your name?
Patricia.
What is it?
Patricia.
And your extension.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
Your extension, so I can speak with you?
My attention?
Extension.
Oh, it's 2750. So 817-884-2750 is my direct line.
Okay, and who do I indeed get the release papers to through?
So we're going to email you back with the correct address and with the correct phone number and address on how to get those release papers. You'll have to call them and get their email address because you'll have to request it from the sheriff's department, sheriff's records, not from our criminal records.
Okay, so let's
Okay?
see. I just feel like I'm getting the runaround for all these years and multiple different. Why would they deprive me? Don't I have a constitutional right to release papers when I'm in jail on
Well, that's
false
what I'm
charges? I'm
saying.
not
We
being
don't.
heard, ma'am. I like to know and be able to finish talking because I've had to endure this abuse years. Then when I'm in jail on false charges repeatedly, is it okay to rob someone of their release papers and threaten to take them to jail for trying to get release papers?
I don't know who threatened to take you to jail for your
I'm just
release
trying to
papers.
get clarity. Don't all people that are being released from jail, even if they were in jail on false charges, have a right to their release papers? I never get them.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna. That's why I'm gonna give you the information on where you need to request them from because we don't
I didn't.
have
I
release
should have
papers.
got them when I was in jail on the false charges, and my arrest shouldn't have been threatened for trying to get them. Is my
So
what
that
I'm
would be
trying
a
to
question.
communicate.
That would be a question from the sheriff's department. I can't answer on their
No, because
behalf. We only.
I had
No.
multiple different times in the email that I sent you that I need my release papers. You guys are responsible for defrauding me out of funds and playing mind games and had me pay for records that weren't sufficient. Then railroading me to waste more time, like what I've experienced years. I'm trying to prove it to speak with another department to get nowhere. I've had my arrest threatened and been put in lockdown for trying to get records. I'm just trying to prove my experiences. So you had me
Right.
waste
So
all this countless time sending emails in the email 3 or 4 times in one email, release papers, and I still didn't get them.
yeah, I apologize for that. It's just they misunderstood the
I don't
release
think it was
papers. They just.
misunderstood, but I'm not able to report misconduct anywhere. But nonetheless,
Okay.
okay,
So
so you don't know from the records on how I get release papers and you got to email me back the
I'm gonna
information and
give you the.
address
I'm gonna
after I've
give you the
already paid
information so
you
you can have
$4 to
it.
get them and get nowhere?
So you can have. We're gonna refund your money, but what I'm saying is, so you can have it on written.
But they should have
I
told
can
me
give
that
it to you.
before they wasted so much time and I got this documentation and sent it off to other locations, mailed off a letter to get nowhere.
I
There's too
apologize for
many
that.
schemes,
I
ma'am,
know.
and I'm just trying to get accountability for all these people that waste my time deliberately year after year so I get nowhere and accomplish nothing. It just keeps
I apologize.
enforcing that my life stays stagnant. I'm just trying to prove it. So I've already mailed off another letter. And then, I think that I know that people haven't had integrity around me, and they're going to say the same thing that those aren't proper release papers. In fact, on the documentation, it has release papers. Hold on, ma'am, just one moment. Yes, I said hold on a moment because I'm trying to show the
Okay.
documentation. I have to get it another way. My device won't let me see it.
The documents we sent you.
Yeah, it had release papers on it.
So it
That
shows
someone
the
had
case
written,
information.
hand
On
wrote
your
release
request,
papers.
on your request, it shows release papers and case information. That's why she sent you the case information, which is what we have.
No, she put release papers on the email. She wrote on a document release papers.
She wrote on the document release papers?
Yes.
What do you mean? That's your, so when we forward it, we go back to what you put on the request.
But I'm just really not being heard that she wrote on the document trying to make me believe that these were release papers when they weren't. And then defraud me out of. It's pointless. It's pointless. Police headquarters did it. It is pointless, ma'am. I'm just trying to prove it.
I'm looking at the documents here. Are you sure you're looking at the one from?
Hold on, ma'am. One moment. Hold on. One moment. I asked you to hold and you were still talking. Can you hold? It's a pattern. This is how it brings anxiety. And then you can be paranoid and just have outrage for no reasoning. Okay, one moment, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to go to the sheriff's office and what did I call?
I'm sorry. So.
What did I call? What did I call, ma'am?
Where do you call?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, the phone number. Okay, so they have us online, and it's Tarrant County spelled out. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's their request. If you can make a request online if you want, or I can give you their email.
It's mind games. This is how you get, enraged, and the upload is supposed to be 5 minutes. It's 70 minutes, and everywhere you're calling is playing mind games, and then in your environment. So then you're the psychopath, and you're enraged, angry, bitter person, and no one has understanding and clarity on what's possessing you to behave the way that you are. That's a smear campaign. I don't know why this woman won't answer. What did I call?
Okay.
And deflecting it call after call for all these years.
So that's why I took the
call so I can get you to where you needed to be.
But I'm not quite certain on why I asked you what did I call, and you don't want to tell me.
Well, I'm giving you that information. I'm looking at their webpage, and all I got. Okay, so the webpage that it gives me doesn't give me a phone number, but it does give me.
So I'm asking you what I called, and you're saying that you're looking up a webpage that you don't readily know what I called, what you affiliated with. You have to give me a webpage to know what you are and what I called.
Well, I'm telling you, we're not the sheriff's department.
But I asked you what you were. I asked you what did I call.
Oh, you called the Tarrant County Clerk's office.
It took you a while to realize that. So, what do you have? Do you have any documentation of criminal records?
We have criminal records, and they're the ones we sent you.
Okay, but you don't have any records. I'm not able to speak. You don't have any records of a release, and that that it is a county record.
That's not
with the logo on
it. The sheriff's department. The sheriff's department has those records. They don't send those records to us.
So you're the county, and you don't seal your records with the logo. I'm asking I don't understand how I'm going to get a question answered if you won't let me answer it, and you have to finish. You said that you have to go through the sheriff's office. So you stated that. Yeah, you stated that. You stated that you have to go to the sheriff's office. But I'm asking if your documentation has a county logo on it, a seal, and you're paying.
Ours has a Tarrant County Clerk's logo on it, and that's the sheriff's department. We don't handle their documents. We only receive documents from the court, so anything that happens in court comes down to us, and we file what's in the file. We don't get stuff that you from the sheriff's records where
it's like pointless, man. I can't pay someone to waste someone's time year after year. So I don't know what you want me to do. They had threatened my arrest, ma'am. I don't know. I just repeatedly begged for my life to get ignored, including reaching out to my own family. So what do you want me to do? Or is the United States going to let me get the records period, or am I going to jail for wanting my release papers? Can I get them?
I don't know why you're saying you would go to jail.
Because I was told by a police officer I would go to jail. And the man said I would go to jail for wanting my release papers. You didn't hear that? It happened.
That person's not in my office, ma'am. We're just telling you what we have.
Right, so I did pay you $4 for release papers I didn't get. So I just want the bottom line. Will you take me to jail for asking for my release papers? Am I going to go on lockdown, and will I be arrested for one of my release papers? Can I get them?
So I can give you only what we have is criminal records. Like I told you before, the release paperwork will only go through the public records request from the sheriff's department, and I can give you their email address if you allow me to, so you can reach out to them.
Okay, what's the email address?
It's T as in Tom, C as in Chris, S as in Sam, O as in October, _ and then records. Do you want me to spell that out for you, or?
RECORDS?
Correct. At, the @ sign, and then Tarrant, spelled out, County, and then the initials for Texas, TX, .gov, as in government, GOV.
When am I going to get a refund?
I will talk to my manager so I can get it approved, and then we will send it. The only thing is you did receive the documents on the 30th, and I don't know, since it's passed, we're the 10th. Let me just get the approval from her, and then I'll give you a call back. Can I have your phone number?
It's defrauding me out of funds regardless, even if it was a year. If I'm asking for release papers and you were scamming to keep me from the release papers, I don't know how many times I need to be defrauded out of funds before there's arrest. If it's 10 years, if I have on one document 3 times I need release papers and never got them, it's still fraud. Whether it was 10 days, 5 days, 10 years, 15, 20 years. If I have put in one email 3 different times I need release papers, and you did rob me of them and didn't give me the release papers, and I trusted you knowing full blown I shouldn't, and have I already mailed off something to another location and they weren't actual release papers. If I have that 3 different times, regardless of whatever you're trying to use as an alibi, if you defrauded me out of funds and didn't give me those records, I don't know how that wouldn't be criminal. There's someone that you know that they're requesting release papers, and you're deliberately robbing them of those release papers and scams. Why would that would not be a crime? Why would that not be fraud?
May I speak? So I understand that my clerk had spoken to you in person, and she provided you with the 2 case numbers, and on your request, you said
I'm
release
just not,
papers.
we're deflecting on the fact that I have in 3 emails and I asked for release records and then the police threatened my arrest for wanting them and I've been placed in lockdown. I'm trying to expose a conspiracy. If I have in the same email 3 different times in bold in the title, release papers, why would she hide from me the fact that she's not giving me my release papers and I can't find the documentation, but on one of them it actually has release papers written on it?
So she didn't. So I'm looking at the documents she emailed you. There's no release papers written on there.
Okay, well, we're
That's why I
deflecting
was
on the
waiting for
fact
you
that in
to
the
tell me.
email, I don't see that paper, that information on it now. And the email does
Okay.
glitch, but nonetheless, that in one email I have written in there 3 times release papers, 3 times in
Okay.
one email. I have it as
I
a
understand
title.
that.
I have it in the email. I need my release papers. I communicated with her. I need my release papers. I have it recorded, the call where I'm asking for release papers.
Okay,
So
and I'm
you
telling
can't
you,
use that
we
as an
don't
alibi
have.
that she was not aware. I don't know why that wouldn't be fraud.
Okay, Ms. Clark, I understand that, but I'm telling you, we do not have release papers
But the
on
fact still
on
remains is
file.
that I paid you
So
for it,
I
and I paid
provided
you
you
for
the
release
email
papers, and you're
address
trying to
that you
defraud me out of the
emailed to
$4
them,
that I paid you, like police
and
headquarters.
I will get my manager to approve that. As soon as she approves that, I will give you a call. Can I have your phone number, please? May I have your phone number, please?
And I would like
Okay.
to have the number for this location you're telling me to call, because places like to defraud me out of funds and then spin my wheels like you guys did. So I need to have the location because I places pass the buck as they've been
Sure.
doing decades, and I'm trying to prove it.
Okay, so it's the Tarrant County Sheriff Office.
I like their number.
I don't have their number. I have.
Well, I
their,
like you to get it. If you're
address.
passing the buck and demanding that I get records, you should furnish that location because I thought you had the records. And if you're passing the buck, I need the right place to be able to obtain these records.
Okay, let me give that to you. You want the address just in case?
I want the phone number, which is what I'm asking. This is why it's psychological abuse. Each time I'm asking you something, you play a game and then direct me to something else that I'm not asking for. They do it all over the place.
Okay.
This is how you can
Hold on, give me a
torment
second.
someone and
Give me a
violate them
second.
and not be held accountable for it. They do it in jail.
Will you please hold?
Everywhere I'm at.
Hold? Give me a second.
Yes.
Give me a second. Hold on.
She hung up. This is the request for my records. My name is Kiana Clark. I need my release papers for case number. My B date is, and they're claiming they don't know. If you're introducing a request, would I need my release papers? Then they're telling me to pay for the release papers. How is this not repeatedly a crime? Now the con, and since they're recording, they're calling me back. Hello?
Hi, this is Patricia. Am I speaking with Mr. Clark?
You are.
I'm sorry, we got disconnected. So the phone number to the Sheriff's Records Department is 817.
Okay.
884 3700.
Are you going to reprimand that party for playing mind games? I've already mailed off a letter to get nowhere. I'm wasting postage by trusting her, knowing that I can't trust government officials. I went up there. I walked all the way to a location to be able to mail this letter. It was not easy, and I repeatedly keep getting treated like this. So if I'm introducing my records request, would I need my release papers? How is it that she misconstrued my introducing my records request? Would I need my release papers?
So did you send the Sheriff's Office a letter? Because you emailed us a request. So
right, but I'm just trying to catch you guys in multiple different armies and their blatant lies. If I'm introducing a record request, would I need my release papers? Paid for it. How is it that she misconstrued me introducing my records request? Would I need my release papers? First thing that I'm saying.
Because you requested case information as
No,
well.
I did
and that's
not,
what we
ma'am.
provided
I'm not
you
being
with.
heard. I introduced the email, and I'm just trying to expose the pathological lies that I had to endure location to location, even with family. That's not
So
realistic.
so
How can she
didn't, I
misconstrue a
understand that
records
she did
request,
not tell you we
ma'am?
did not
How
have the
can
release
it's
papers in
pointless?
hand
They've
and
done
we
it
only
years.
have the case
I'm just
information.
not understanding if you could. Do you need me to send you the email? Because I think that maybe she has integrity issues. If I
We have it,
introduce,
ma'am. I have it in front of me.
well, do you
We
see? What do
received
you
it
see?
on,
What's
I
the
have it where she sent it to you on May 30th,
what?
2025.
Well, what do you
The
see,
three
ma'am?
documents she said,
What do you
the three
see?
documents she sent you for the case information.
What do you see? Because she could have committed a crime. What do you see in that request?
Ma'am, all I see is we're requesting release papers, which we don't have, and the case information. And
Then if
the
she,
case information.
okay, so if I'm requesting release papers, why does she have me pay $4 for them?
Because she charged you for the documents we had in house.
But I didn't ask for those. I asked for release
requested.
papers, ma'am. First thing. Why didn't she refer me to the sheriff's office then?
Because she didn't realize she missed the release paper. She was
It's in
focusing
there
on the
3
criminal
times. They'll do it to
information.
Kingdom Come.
So
It's fruitless.
that's why I'm
It's
talking
fruitless.
to
I
you,
just need
because
my
now that-
refund. And they defrauded me out of thousands, ma'am. I'm just trying to prove it.
Okay.
If I have
I will give
release
you a call
papers
back
in there and she
as soon as
defrauded
I
me out of
talk
the
to my
$4
manager,
playing
Ms. Clark.
mind games, trying to sabotage my records, and then trying to defraud me out of funds, I don't see why that wouldn't be criminal. If she knew she can furnish the records, she should have said that May 30th.
As soon as I have your information, I'll give you a call back, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Tarrant County Records, how can I help you?
It's records?
Tarrant County Records?
Yes, I'm trying to get my release papers for some charges.
Okay, so you can send us an email with a picture of your photo ID and just request a letter of incarceration.
Okay, and how long is this process?
It just depends on where you are in the queue. Everything's done in the order we receive it.
Is it a year, 6 months, for a day, a week? I mean,
like 10 days to respond. It doesn't take that long, but.
What's your name?
My name is Anna.
Okay, it's just I just wish that someone would take some stock in my life because I have to send credit card information, IDs to scammers that people repeatedly that fraud me out of funds enforced by the government. But repeatedly, I'm just not heard. So you want my ID? You want me? Is this the email address tcso_records at tarrantcountytex.gov? tx.gov?
Correct. Yes.
So you need my ID. Okay, do you need the case numbers or what all do you need?
All I need to know is how far back you want to go. So if you want from 2022 forward, just specify that in your request.
Okay, what do you have records for?
We have records of time in custody. So if you want a record of your time in our custody, that's what we're going to send you.
Oh, so you can give me the answers on grievances that I didn't get when I was in jail on why they put me on lockdown? And in maximum security because it keeps happening. And they wouldn't answer grievances. And then why they deprived me of recreation and why nobody got charges. Are you slandering me to keep me from making a report and getting incriminating anyone? Because I heard that I thought that if anyone that knew that someone was deprived of recreation, and she hung up. So it scrolled all the way down to give it time to set up another scammer. So I had to scroll all the way up back to the number. Some kind of way it was all the way far down. What was your name, ma'am?
My name's Anna.
Okay, because I thought if you knew that I was being deprived of recreation, that you would be an accomplice automatically by not reporting it.
Okay. Well, you can send your request if you would like records of your disciplinaries and grievances. Nothing's going to stop you.
Yeah, because Diane Hammer already had someone destroying her records. Diane Hammer, it's a repeated pattern around me, and I'm ready for. This is psychologically abusive, ma'am.
You get nothing.
I'm sorry.
You can send your request.
I'm not able to speak, ma'am, to tell you why I called location to location.
You told me why you called. You wanted copies of your grievances that were unanswered. So if you want copies of your grievances, you can submit a request with a picture of your photo ID and make that request.
Okay. So for getting my release paper, so in the grievance, so back to the getting clarity. So getting in from the updates on the grievances that I stated when they put me on lockdown and deprived me of recreation and all that. That I'm not able to speak, ma'am. This is abusive.
And you can request copies of your grievances.
Okay, so I can get information on why they deprived me of recreation and why they didn't respond to the grievance. I can get an update on the investigation that I was deprived of when I was in jail by putting that in the
If
request.
you would like to make that request, you can make that request.
Okay, and then they'll furnish it.